Hi everyone. I hope I'm audible and visible and my screen is also visible. Okay, you can respond in the chat box. I can see the chat box now. You can just let me know if the screen is visible. Yes. All right. So, hi everyone. I'm Manvi and I don't know if you know me or not, but I am currently pursuing my master's in psychology from Delhi University and I gave this CUT PG 2024. So this is why I will be taking up this session on solving an analysis of CUT PG 2024. But like the other papers, so Vidya and me are going to take the sessions and we'll divide the PYQs. So she gave the CUT 2023. She'll take the session on that, and the other year papers we will divide among ourselves. So I see the number of people are less right now, but I think we can start. We have already waited for 10-15 minutes. So uh, would you like to share what is your how is your preparation going on, at what stage you are, and just a little bit of interactions before we actually begin with the question solving? You can type in the chat box also, or you can just unmute yourself. Are you still in the process of completing the syllabus, or are you actually completing the MCQ side by side?
Excuse me, ma'am, I just have a doubt.
Yes, please ask.
Ma'am, it's about the course. I'm a little bit confused that there is a new course added to the guidelines that it's called MA Clinical Psychology, RCI approved. And
Yes.
ma'am, after doing that course, do we have to do MPhil or not?
So today's session is more related to CVT PG. So I'll just take this one particular question, but of course, other questions, please keep it related to the PG level MCQs or
Okay,
anything
ma'am, thank
related to
you.
the. So the you asked me that this MA clinical course, basically this MA clinical course is replacement of MPhil only. So you have to do this MA clinical course instead of doing your MPhil. This it's just a new name of MPhil course, and you can apply after your fourth year of bachelor's, and you can even apply for your master's in psychology.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. So we don't have to do any MPhil course after it.
So this is the MPhil course only. Like you can let me know, are you in your bachelor's? Like which year are you currently in?
Yes,
And if
I'm in
you're
third year bachelor's.
yes, and so like if you want to get into clinical field, then you have to give MA clinical entrances during your fourth year or after you complete your fourth year. And
Okay.
if university doesn't offer a fourth year, then you can do your master's and then apply for MA clinical. So it is just a new name, but the degree level, the intensiveness, and the actual curriculum. So it is a hospital-based degree, right? So that is all same. It is not like you're not doing the MPhil course. It is just a new name for that.
Okay, ma'am, thank you so much.
So I can see that some of you are mentioning that you're completing the syllabus and solving MCQ side by side, still in the process of syllabus completion, starting preparation only a week ago, struggling to consolidate so much material, mostly completed, got into Christ MSc, MSc Clinical Central Campus. Okay. Yes, so this is just one college. Someone has mentioned few colleges are taking RCI approved MA clinical based on CUT PG. So this is just one NFSU right now. We don't know about other colleges. So we should not say few colleges right now because that can create more confusion. So CUT PG is more for the PG level degrees right now, like TEST, DU, all the MA post graduation courses. But for the MA clinical, only NFSU has released this notice that they are going to take the CUT PG scores. All right, so I can see that majority of you have not completed the syllabus yet. You are you're still in the process of completing it, but some of you have given the Christ University entrance because that happened in the I think first or second week of December. So many of you might have completed your syllabus for that. So all right, we have a little bit of idea about this, and now we can start with the MCQs. So this is just a little bit about us. I've just told you you can check the PPT, and this is about our previous works and the current courses that we have. Okay, so the PYQ, actually, I have mentioned all the questions in this PPT, and I have also divided the questions. Like, I have segregated the questions. So the first segment is for on statistics and research, then the second is on biopsychology testing and all. Like this, I have actually separated the questions subject wise, so that we can actually solve the subject wise questions, and you can also see कि कितने क्या unit में से कितने number of questions आए हैं. That can also give you some idea कि क्या चीज़ें priority पे है, and also some questions you will see repeated कि एक ही concept से दो तीन questions पूछे हुए हैं. So that also gives us an understanding that this particular concept is very important to uh, make sure that you have already done that. So this is the first question, and instead of unmuting yourself, you can use the chat box, because then that would, like, majority of people can participate. This is a very easy question. They have tried to make it difficult, and they have tried to make it uh, look difficult because of this particular format also. Choose the correct answers from the given options, but the answer is very straightforward. So you can just start and type the answer in the chat box now. Imagine you are conducting an experiment to test the effectiveness of video gaming on learning and attention. You select four groups A, B, C, and D with following video game hours. Which of the following groups serve as your control group in the experiment? So someone mentioned A. I think you got confused. You don't have to select from here. You have to select from here. Yes, everybody is mentioning fourth, and yes, fourth is the correct answer, because control group is a group जिसको कोई भी intervention नहीं मिलती, right? So you give 1 hour of intervention, 3 hours, 6 hours, that doesn't matter. You are actually giving the intervention, right? So all the other groups will be your experimental group. But here the group is not getting any intervention, no video gaming exposure. So only A should be the control group here. And another follow-up question, because I've prepared some follow-up questions also for each question. So I'll be asking that, and you can reply to that also. So this particular, like if this is the hypothesis, this is the research design, right? You're conducting an experiment to test the effects of video gaming on learning and attention. So first of all, how will we put it in an hypothesis format? So if you can just write a hypothesis in the chat box. This is just a statement, right? How will we convert it into hypothesis? And I'm not asking about the null hypothesis or alternative, just the hypothesis. Yes, there is an effect of video gaming on learning and attention. So now can you let me know what is the IV here and what is the DV here? DV is attention and memory, and IV is video game. Okay. Because we are manipulating this, right? IV, the video gaming number of hours. And also, like another question here, we have four groups or maybe three intervention groups. So when we are comparing three groups or more than three groups, when we are trying to study them, what statistical tool we use here? ANOVA, right? Okay, and does anybody know, like, after we actually get to know the difference, okay, that there is a significant difference between the mean of these three groups or these four groups, then after we get a significant difference in ANOVA, then what is our next step to do? Which test we apply then? Correct. I think you all know everything. Yes, post hoc testing. Right. So let's move to the next question. The assumption of parametric statistics are population should be normally distributed. Variables should be measured in interval or ratio scale. There should be many outliers, and data should be based on probability sampling. Yes, A is the correct answer. And did you use the elimination method here? Because when I was solving this question, I actually, like, although it was very clear, but still, if in case someone who has not read about parametric statistics, because many people skip this topic, so even they can solve just because of the elimination method, right? Because you see that this is a very clear, yes, C won't come in anyways. So this is a very clear line. इससे हमें पता चल सकता है ये तो 100% पॉसिबल है ही नहीं. एंड यू सी दैट सी इज देयर इन एवरी ऑप्शन. So you just cut all the options and you're left with this particular first one. And another follow-up question here, that if, like here it is mentioned, for parametric statistics, variable should be measured in interval or ratio scale. So if we are talking about non-parametric statistics, then on what scales would the variables, on what scales will we measure the variables on? Yes, nominal and ordinal. And the last one here, data should be based on probability sampling. So again, for this, what will the answer if in case it was non-parametric statistics? Non-probability. So someone mentioned, can you explain option D, this one, right? Data should be based on probability sampling. So have you read about sampling, like sampling techniques? How do we select a sample? What are the different techniques in sampling? Yes, so you must be aware that there are two primary techniques that we use. First is the probability sampling, and second is the non-probability sampling. Probability sampling, the key feature is that the sample selected is random. We are selecting people randomly in our sample, and whereas non-probability is that the like all the people in the population doesn't have the equal chances of getting selected in the sample. So when we are actually selecting samples based on our convenience or based on certain judgment, it will be uploaded on YouTube. And Priyanshi, I think you are a course student, right? So you will find this on the portal also. So yes, I was telling about the probability sampling. So probability is where every individual has the equal chances of being selected in the sample, whereas non-probability is when not everybody has the equal chances of getting selected. When we are actually studying in our own researches also, we try to circulate the forms in our own groups, or maybe share in the university this particular, like randomly selecting anybody in the university also. So this is also a type of convenience sampling only, right? We are not selecting people outside that particular area. We are selecting on our own convenience. Yes. Now, this particular question is not something that we usually solve or is something that we usually study. It is a more common sense related question. So there you will find some questions which are not exactly of about what you are actually studying, but some common sense related questions. As a science, which of the following does psychology use as its primary source of information? Yes. Systematically collected data. Common sense is not possible. We don't use a common sense related information. We don't use informal observations, and layperson opinions also we don't use. So you again use the elimination method, and this is the most appropriate option here. So you will find this scales of measurement questions multiple times in every year question paper. And in 2023 also, I think it was asked maybe in the form of match the following or just the normal statement question. We can one by one match these options and then select which is corresponding with these. So for nominal, what will be the uh, option from this list two? Second, diagnostic groups of mental disorder. Diagnostic groups of mental disorders. Yes, because we are just naming here. There is no order, there is no interval, there is no 0 point here. No numericals included. So we are just naming the disorder. So that will come under nominal. Then for ordinal, yes, for ordinal, I don't see any responses in the chat box, only one person. Yes, first, divisions of people based on socioeconomic status. Because there is no equal intervals. Somebody is considered higher socioeconomic status, somebody is considered lower. So there is no equal intervals between them, but still there exists an order. So you this like there is an order, but their intervals are not equal here. That is the main feature of ordinal scales, right? So you can just remember like this. Then interval, we know that this comes after the ordinal scale, and here the equal intervals are also present. But what is the major limitation here? No true 0 point. So in this particular thing, like I see that you have already answered. So yes, measurement of temperature will be your interval, and then ratio scale has in equal intervals also, and it has a true 0 point also. So we are left with this particular option, measurement of weight. So now two is matching with, yes, second is the correct option. Okay, next from descriptive statistics. Fourth, so according to fourth, A is 3. Yes, mean is the average. Then median is the middle point. What is the maximum occurring number, and variability is the extent to individual difference around the central tendency. Yes. Okay, and what are the measures of variability or measures of dispersion? Standard deviation, range, quartile deviation. Yes. And what does it tell about the data set? Like, what exactly is the purpose of, like, we know that central tendency tells us the middle point of the data. But what about this variability or dispersion measures? What does it tell about the data? If anybody can unmute themselves, because this is something that would require, yes, I think you all have mentioned here already how spread the scores are, how much it deviates from the mean. Yes. Again, a kind of common sense related question. Psychological research on everyday human concerns reveal that. Why do you think first is the correct option, Tanisha? Yes, actually, three is the correct option, but I can understand because this is something we don't really practice. This is, you just have to use some elimination method, and yes, it's okay, it's okay. You just have to use some elimination methods to actually get to the right answer. So it is not something like, these topics are not too complex to study. Like, I know my first, like when I was solving this paper, I was confused between first and third only, because too complex was something which was looking like a little correct towards what can be the correct answer. And see, this is 100% not possible. The subjects will not volunteer, and methods used in other sciences are not relevant. This is also not possible. Someone mentioned fourth, because in other sciences also we use methods like experimental designs, correlation designs, like that the methods that we use here for research in other sciences also we use those methods only. So this cannot be true, right? Now we just have this particular option left. Such topics are too complex to study, or common sense beliefs are not always true. So now here this option made more sense, and this is how you can just eliminate the other options and select the one which is making more sense to you. So we know that common sense beliefs are not always true, and this is why we also make the hypothesis. This is why we also try to reject the hypothesis or retain the hypothesis. So all those things we try to uh, do to provide some structure or provide some evidence behind certain beliefs or certain phenomena, right? But subjects do not volunteer sometimes. It is true, but not every time they don't volunteer, right? Researches are based on the subject data only. It is a question that may confuse certain individuals. Then again, my main strategy here would be just follow the one which makes more sense to you and which is more towards what can be correct. It's fine. I remember last year only, the students also mentioned this particular question was something that many people thought कि इसमें क्या ही हो सकता है, because nobody practiced such questions, right? And apart from this, in testing also you'll see one of the question like this. So there also we'll discuss how you can eliminate the other options and select which is making more sense or which is more correct in terms of the logic. Next, the descriptive statistics based on test scores of representative group of individuals is called. Yes, many of you are confused between 2, 1, and nobody mentioned 4. Okay, waiting for more responses, 1 or 4. So this was a question which actually, like, they considered this to be the correct answer first, norms. Technically, norms and standard scores are the most appropriate options here. And Z scores are also a type of standard scores, right? So this is why many people were going with this also, but we can just skip this. This is not relevant only. But all the other three options were looking correct. Now you have to go with again, the same thing, the most appropriate option, which is correct. So in terms of that, second and fourth is something that you can go ahead with. And in such cases, don't waste more time कि ये वाला सही है या फिर वो वाला सही है. Of course, you should use your critical thinking skills कि क्या ज़्यादा better हो सकता है. But जब दोनों ही option same लग रहे हैं हमें, because standard scores and norms are almost same only. So just select one, because if in case they do such mistakes, they'll consider both the options to be correct. Yes, I think it would be four. So, first they marked norms to be the correct answer, but many people challenged it. So the second answer key, that the corrected answer key when they released, so they marked both second and fourth to be the correct answers. And like basically, it is saying the question is asking statistics based on test scores of representative group of individuals. So if anybody can tell what exactly are norms, just one liner definition of norms. It is the same thing only if we talk about representative group or population. Basically, population data you can't gather, right? So this is why you choose a sample, which is the representative group of the population. Basically, representative group is what? A group जो represent करता है population की characteristics को. If I'm taking a sample which is representing the major portion of the people or major group of people, then my like basically, if we talk about CUET PG students, now you all are a group of people जो actually में represent करते हैं उस चीज़ को, जो लोग actually में entrance देना चाह रहे हैं. So you are taking some people from the population, like this is the whole population, and from the population you are taking some people who are your representative group, and ये group ऐसा होना चाहिए जो पूरी population को represent करे. It is not like कि हमने सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक ही type of लोगों को ले लिया. We are just taking the toppers, or we are just taking the people who are uh, basically not from the psychology background, या ऐसे कुछ करके हमने कुछ गलत characteristics पे ले लिया, then it would be a non-representative sample or a non-representative group. So जब representative group का लेते हैं, then we can actually generalize it back to the population also. So I see there are some, yes, average performance of the group, average scores which aligns for a certain group sharing same characteristics. Yes. So basically, norms are the scores which will actually basically जो आपको raw scores होते हैं, they are not giving you any concrete information, or they're not giving anything to conclude. या अगर मैं आपको बोलूँ कि बैक डिफ्लेशन इन्वेंट्री पे किसी का स्कोर 20 या 30 आ रहा है, तो व्हाट डज दैट मीन टू यू, आपको कुछ समझ ही नहीं आएगा. या फिर अगर चलो इंटेलिजेंस स्कोर्स वी ऑल आर अवेयर दैट द मिनिमम द एवरेज स्कोर इज 100, बट अगर कुछ नॉर्म्स नहीं होते एंड इफ आई सेड दैट दिस पर्टिकुलर पर्सन इज स्कोरिंग 100 ऑन इंटेलिजेंस टेस्ट, सो वी वुड नॉट नो कि इसका मतलब क्या है इस 100 का, इज इट गुड, इज इट बैड. सो दिस इज वाई नॉर्म्स आर क्रिएटेड, कि पूरे रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ग्रुप का हमने सैंपल का जो भी डेटा लिया है उसके बेसिस पे वी हैव मेड दीज नॉर्म्स, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ विच योर इंडिविजुअल स्कोर्स विल गेट मीन. नाउ अगर पूरे नॉर्म्स में हमें पता चल रहा है कि जो मेजोरिटी लोग हैं उनका 100 एवरेज आईक्यू आ रहा है, तो वी नो दैट दिस इज द एवरेज पॉइंट. अब जिसका अभी स्कोर इससे कम होगा, वी नो दैट द पर्सन हैज लो आईक्यू, एंड इससे ज्यादा जिसका होगा, वी नो दैट द पर्सन हैज हायर आईक्यू. सो वी आर गिविंग द मीनिंग टू रॉ scores because of these norms. So coming back to this question, yes, second and fourth are the correct answer, and majority of you were confused between these two only. So in such cases, mark the option which is more appropriate. अभी इसमें से like for me, I felt norms was more appropriate, so I marked this. But of course, जिन्होंने ये भी mark किया था standard scores, उनका भी correct हुआ था. Next, assigning test conditions to one group of participants while keeping other as neutral, or to test the effects of the variable under study in a practice and research. The group not assigned test condition would be known as, yes, very easy, control group. And they gave this particular question, like the first one also we solved on control group only, and this particular question also was on control group. So this actually shows how important experimental designs are, and you should be aware of all the characteristics of experimental designs because they always ask about experimental or correlation in every year paper. Which of the following methods rely least on representative sampling? Again, the same. Yes, three. And if in case you were not even aware about this question, still you can use another elimination method here. If you look closely, you will find that ये वाला और ये वाला ये तीनों एक तरह से quantitative research designs में आ रहे हैं, but this is the only one which is coming in qualitative research design. And we know that the features of qualitative research design is कि वहाँ पे sample size बहुत कम होता है, इंफॉर्मेशन पे ज़्यादा फोकस होता है, क्वालिटी रिच इंफॉर्मेशन पे ज़्यादा फोकस होता है, नरेटिव्स पे, इन डेप्थ इंफॉर्मेशन पे ज़्यादा फोकस होता है. एंड व्हेन वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन वन पर्टिकुलर थिंग इन सो मच डिटेल, देन आर पर्पस इज नॉट टू जनरलाइज इट टू द पॉपुलेशन, राइट? तो हमें रिप्रेजेंट तब करना होता है जब हमें जनरलाइज करना हो अपने रिजल्ट्स को, कि इफ आई एम गेटिंग दैट येस ड्रिंकिंग कॉफी अफेक्ट्स द अटेंशन एंड मेमोरी, सो माई पर्पस इज टू जनरलाइज इट कि अगर जो भी लाइक इफ माई सैम्पल इज शोइंग इंक्रीज अटेंशन आफ्टर ड्रिंकिंग कॉफी, देन आई कैन से कि जो भी इंसान कॉफी पीता है उसकी अटेंशन इंक्रीज होगी. सो दैट इज जनरलाइजिंग द स्टेटमेंट टू बैक टू द पॉपुलेशन. बट हेयर वी आर नॉट यूजिंग एनी मेथड्स जिसकी वजह से हम जनरलाइज कर सकें. वी आर जस्ट स्टडिंग द पर्सन और एनी इंसिडेंट, एनी इवेंट इन अ मच डिटेल्ड मैनर सो दैट वी कैन गेट इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट दैट थिंग. सो दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग ऑल्सो यू कैन यूज कि कहाँ पे तीनों ऑप्शंस जो है वो एक पर्टिकुलर फीचर को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं और कहाँ पे एक ऑप्शन जो है वो बिल्कुल ही अलग फीचर को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है. So this is also an thing and technique that you can use to solve these questions. Otherwise, this was easy only. It is not something very difficult. I think this is the last question from statistics. Arrange the correct sequence in simple random sampling. Others, Anushka has responded. I don't see any other. Yes. Are you all saying just because she said two, or have you actually solved the question? Yes, second is the correct answer. And how do we solve these questions? Basically, ये वाले जो options है देख के थोड़ा सा ऐसा लगेगा कि similar लग रहे हैं या फिर क्या पता पहले नहीं करा हो. But we have to again in this sequence based questions we have to actually find कि first 100% sure हो कि first क्या होना चाहिए या फिर last क्या होना चाहिए. अगर first या last में से कोई मिल जाए then we can very easily solve the questions. So here if you see last वाला option बहुत clear है. यहाँ पे लिखे सिलेक्ट एन केसेस रैंडमली विद द हेल्प ऑफ फिश बोल मेथड. तो ये सब तो हम तभी करेंगे ना. बाकी क्वेश्चन, बाकी जितने भी ऑप्शन है, डिटरमाइन द साइज ऑफ द प्रेजेंट पॉपुलेशन, डिसाइड ऑन द सैम्पल साइज, ये सब चीज़ें आर द इनिशियल स्टेप्स. बट एक्चुअल में ये सब करने के बाद वी आर एक्चुअली यूजिंग द फिश बोल मेथड टू सिलेक्ट पीपल रैंडमली. तो वी आर अवेयर कि ये सबसे लास्ट में आएगा एंड देन which means we can eliminate these two options. We are left with second and fourth. Now when we are aware कि ये last में आ रहा है, now we can just check कि B पहले आना चाहिए या C पहले आना चाहिए. तो B is about determining the size of the present population and C is decide on the sample size. So how will we decide on the sample size अगर हमें size of the population ही नहीं पता होगा? So that is the first step, right? So we first determine the size of the present population. उसके बाद हम देखते हैं कि बेसिकली वो पॉपुलेशन कहाँ प्रेजेंट है और कैसे हम उस तक पहुंच सकते हैं, आइडेंटिफाइंग द सैम्पलिंग यूनिट्स इन द पॉपुलेशन. एंड देन वी डिसाइड ऑन द सैम्पल साइज. अगर मेरे पॉपुलेशन में नंबर बहुत कम है तो आई विल डिसाइड बेसिकली उसके उसके हिसाब से आई डिसाइड द सैम्पल साइज, राइट? अगर पॉपुलेशन में लोग ही नहीं है एंड आई एम डिसाइडिंग द सैम्पल साइज टू बी वेरी हाई, सो दैट इज ऑल्सो इनकरेक्ट, राइट? So we need to identify the units in the population also and then decide the number of sample size. And then we decide, जब हमें सब कुछ पता चल जाए, then we can randomly select them using these methods. So this was correct here. And in all the sequence based questions you will see this method, because for me, like in all the sequence based questions I used to see कि first वाला या तो 100% correct मुझे पता होना चाहिए या फिर last पता होना चाहिए, and with that we can easily solve the other MCQ, जो भी other options है उसको correct order में we can do that. So this we have covered stats questions right now. I think there were total 11 questions from stats. And did you see a pattern that they were asking many questions from experimental research, and then sampling related questions were also there. And this scales of measurement or mean median mode, ये भी MCQs format में they ask almost every year. So and you also saw that they can ask some questions जो थोड़ा आपके सिलेबस से बाहर होंगे. हम तो यही करते हैं रिसर्च में, वेरिएबल्स क्या होते हैं, एक्सपेरिमेंटल डिजाइंस क्या होते हैं, रिसर्च डिजाइंस क्या होते हैं, क्वालिटेटिव क्वांटिटेटिव, बट ये यहाँ पे ऐसे भी क्वेश्चंस पूछ सकते हैं कुछ कॉमन सेंस रिलेटेड. So about stats and research, did this particular set of 11 questions gave you some idea about how to actually approach the questions, and also did you understand कि कैसे type of हमें हमें difficulty level भी decide करनी होती है? You must have seen कि कुछ questions में बिल्कुल भी difficulty नहीं थी. You could solve it very easily. But then there were some questions जहाँ पे वो जान के wordings को आगे पीछे करके difficult way में लिखना चाह रहे थे, but still the answer was very straightforward. So these are the things that you can actually find when you solve the PYQs. Any observation in the stats portion did you find? And I know इसमें correlation नहीं है, but don't skip correlation because they ask many questions related to correlation. Anybody wants to unmute and say anything, or should we just proceed with the second portion? Yes, they focus more on basic concepts. I think 2024 was very direct, and even 25 was a direct paper. Even if they're focusing on difficult concepts, basically not difficult concepts, even if the questions are difficult, just the language is framed a little difficult, but concepts जो है वो फिर भी वही easy ही पूछे हुए हैं. Because they have reduced the number of hours, नहीं जितना time होता था पहले उससे कम करा है, so they have to make sure that the paper is also doable in that particular time frame. So next we move on to biopsychology now. So first question, an action potential is accompanied by. Yes. सेल्स इंटीरियर बिकमिंग मोर पॉजिटिव, या फिर अगर यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन होता एक्शन पोटेंशियल, या वी कैन से ड्यूरिंग रेस्टिंग स्टेट एक्शन द सेल इज ऑन विच चार्ज. Yes, so this is something I remember last year. Students got confused because पहले से वो दिमाग में रहता है ना कि हमने सॉल्व करे होते हैं ऐसे क्वेश्चंस दैट ड्यूरिंग रेस्टिंग पोटेंशियल द सेल membrane is negative. So it is better to just read the question fully because they have mentioned कि action potential is accompanied by what. तो जब action potential initiate हो रहा होता है then we know that the interior becomes more positive. And this gray matter, white matter questions, do we know what is gray matter? Do we know what is, like, what can you recall when you actually look at this word white matter? Any particular thing that you can associate with it? Myelin, yes. Yes, and in brain, where do we find the gray matter, white matter? Is it outside? Is it inside? Like the gray matter, where it is outside in the outer region or in the inner region? Gray is outside. And what about the spinal cord? Yes, gray matter is inside in the spinal cord and gray matter is outside in the spinal cord. Oh, I mean in the brain. Next, you were walking through a forest and a bear jumps at you. The nervous system that is immediately called into place. Very easy. I think everybody knows this. Yes, sympathetic. Because this is not possible. Glial cells are the supporting cells. Somatic system is also not possible. Autonomic में सिर्फ यही दो आ सकते हैं, which is parasympathetic and sympathetic. And the other name of parasympathetic is, or the keywords associated during this particular when we study parasympathetic is rest and digest. Yes. So this works when we are in a relaxed form. Whereas sympathetic system works when there is some certain danger या फिर हमें immediate stressful situation में जब हम होते हैं. And for, like you mentioned, rest and digest for parasympathetic, what are the words for? Yes, पहले ही आ गया answer. Yes, fight and flight. And the two nerves in somatic system, what are the two nerves or the neurons in somatic system? One that takes the information till the brain and one that brings the information back to muscles. I am asking about the, yes, neurons या फिर nerves, yes. Afferent and efferent. Next. So this can actually come in both sensation chapter also and biopsychology also. Which of the following describes the path of neural impulse from sense organ to the brain? Again, try to use that method कि पहले क्या आता है या फिर लास्ट में क्या आता है वो मिल जाए, then we can solve the other options. 3. Yes, 3 is correct because ऑप्टिक नर्व तो सबसे लास्ट में ही होगा ना, जितने भी सेल्स है जाके ऑप्टिक नर्व तक ही इंफॉर्मेशन देंगे, सो वी नो ऑप्टिक नर्व्स कम लास्ट. We can just eliminate these two options. Then we are left with B पहले आएगा या C पहले आएगा. So very easy to recognize. Receptor cells हैं तो of course receptors ही पहले लेंगे. And what are the types of receptors in eye? What are the two types of receptors? Yes, rods and cones. So yes, B पहले आएगा. Then even if you are not aware कि ये क्या होते हैं ganglion cells या bipolar cells, still you can solve this question. But this order is important. Like you will find a picture on this. अगर आप लिखोगे इसको question को, you will find the picture. उसमें आपको properly दिख जाएगा bipolar cells, ganglion cells, receptor cells, इन सबकी positions. Which of the following is not a part of the nervous system? Very easy, yes. ये nothing to actually discuss here. Okay, which of the following part of a television system is analogous to dendrites? Now, this was something which people found difficult या फिर समझ लो पहले करा नहीं कभी ऐसा question solve. But again, you just have to use your existing knowledge here, and the answer is again very direct, very easy. Yes, this is the correct answer. Because if we see transmitter लिखा है यहाँ पे, transmitter, just tell me what is the function of dendrites. डेंड्राइट्स का क्या फंक्शन होता है? रिसीव इन्फॉर्मेशन, यस राइट. और ट्रांसमीटर का क्या फंक्शन होता है? इन्फॉर्मेशन को रिसीव करना या फिर देना, ट्रांसमिट करना, सेंड इन्फॉर्मेशन, राइट. सो वी कैन जस्ट एलिमिनेट दीज टू ऑप्शंस जहाँ पे ट्रांसमीटर लिखा है. टीवी सेट इज नॉट मेकिंग एनी सेंस, कुछ मैटर नहीं कर रहा है. बट एंटीना वी नो, एंटीना क्या होता है? जो रिसीव करता है सिग्नल्स. तो इट इज somehow related to dendrites, उसके फंक्शन से रिलेटेड. सो दिस इज वाई सी would be the correct answer here. It is not used for messaging one neuron to, ठीक है, उसमें like for basically it is receiving the signals from the presynaptic neuron. So it is not message from one neuron to another neuron. अच्छा, ये जो आपने लिखा है मैसेज फ्रॉम वन न्यूरॉन टू अदर न्यूरॉन, ये किस चीज का काम होता है? विच इज द पार्ट ऑफ न्यूरॉन विच इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दिस? Yes, axon terminal. Which of the following structure is not part of the central core of the human brain? Now, this can look a little difficult. Hypothalamus, second temporal lobe. Any reason behind why you are saying temporal lobe? Yes, this is the correct answer, but I just wanted to know the reason. If you can unmute and explain. It is the outermost structure, correct. So basically, we know that in brain there are two structures, like there are structures divided on two bases. So there are cortical structures and there are subcortical structures. Cortical ones जो होते हैं वो are on the surface level. So your cerebral cortex, your lobes comes under the surface level structures, which are the cortical structures, and then the subcortical are जो थोड़ा अंदर की तरफ होते हैं. So we know that medulla, pons, hypothalamus, these are present in the subcortical region, whereas temporal lobe या फिर cerebral cortex या different lobes जो भी होती हैं, that is present in the cortical region of the brain. So this is why second would be the correct answer, right? Sensory is to motor as receptor is to. So this was one question that I actually marked wrong. After coming to home, I got to know the correct answer to this, and let's see if you are already aware about the answer. Yes, I also marked two. Someone mentioned two in the chat box. Three is the correct answer. So the basic logic behind this question was sensory मोटर का क्या काम होता है, सेंसरी सेल्स जो होते हैं, सेंसरी न्यूरॉन्स जो होते हैं, उनका क्या काम होता है? रिसीव एंड सेंड. ठीक है, मतलब यू सेइंग बोथ द थिंग्स हियर कि ये रिसीव करता है, ये सेंड करता है. एंड सिमिलरली रिसेप्टर भी जो होता है वो रिसीव करते हैं, और इफेक्टर जो होता है वो सिग्नल्स को सेंड करता है. सो बाय दिस लॉजिक थर्ड इज द करेक्ट आंसर. And the last question of biopsychology, which type of measure are EEG and GSR? Again, very simple. Yes, three, physiological. And what is the full form of EEG and GSR also? Electroencephalogram, yes, graph. Galvanic skill response. Galvanic skin response, yes. And EEG is what type of a imaging technique? Is it structural? Is it functional? Invasive, non-invasive? Functional and non-invasive, yes. And one particular neurological condition where it is very useful, epilepsy, seizures, yes. And like, okay, this is testing now. Again, coming back to the understanding of biopsychology portion, anything that you found? For me, I think they were focusing more on the parts of neurons. And apart from that, nervous system questions were also there. Any other observation that you can you explain the last one again? Last one is what? This EEG. With this, sensory is to motor as receptor is to. Basically, sensory neurons are the ones that take the information from your muscle cells to the brain, and then motor ones are the neurons जो brain से वापस लेके आते हैं information. When you touch anything hot, तो जो आपके finger से information brain तक जा रही है, then वो sensory neurons लेके जा रहे हैं. Then brain से information जो आ रही है basically spinal cord से आती है reflex arcs में, but still the central nervous system से जो muscles तक information आ रही है, that is coming from your motor neurons. They are bringing it, right? तो वो उसको वापस इसके टर्म्स में लेके आना चाह रहे हैं कि रिसेप्टर और इफेक्टर जो हमारा लाइक दे आर जस्ट ट्राइंग टू मेक सेंस कि ये इसका और इसका क्या रिलेशन है. तो हमें पता है रिसेप्टर्स का काम क्या होता है, सिग्नल को रिसीव करना, वापस सिग्नल को भेजना कहीं, राइट? सो दिस इज वाई सेंसरी इज टू रिसेप्टर. एंड इफेक्टर का काम क्या होता है, सिग्नल्स को लाइक आए हुए सिग्नल्स को भेजना वापस. I know these are some terms I also got confused during my time. So this is the explanation that I got from my friend. And if in case there is anything else to this question, I'll let you know. But this is my understanding. If anybody has actually got it right, या फिर समझ में आ गया what I was trying to say, if you can just explain her. There were no questions on hormones or anything difficult. There are no questions related to neurotransmitters. अब इट इज देयर विश, लाइक वी कांट स्किप एनीथिंग। ऐसा नहीं है कि इन्होंने पूछा नहीं तो आगे भी नहीं पूछेंगे। वी हैव टू डू एवरीथिंग, बट अगेन द मेन प्रायोरिटी टॉपिक्स आर योर पार्ट्स ऑफ न्यूरॉन्स एंड द नर्वस सिस्टम। इस पे भी हमेशा पूछते हैं पूछते हैं। देन लोब्स, ब्रेन पार्ट्स, ये सब भी इंपॉर्टेंट है। ये द न्यूरॉन्स पे आई थिंक, आई मीन न्यूरो ट्रांसमीटर्स पे देयर वाज अ क्वेश्चन इन 2023 और मे बी इन 2025। सो ऐसा नहीं है कि पूछते नहीं है, पूछते सब में से ही हैं, बट दे ऑल्सो हैव टू कीप द क्वेश्चंस लिमिटेड, राइट? सो जो भी, बट द थिंग इज दैट आई पर्टिकुलरली बिलीव कि ऐसे रिपीटेड नहीं रखना चाहिए, कि अगर उन्होंने एक पार्ट्स ऑफ न्यूरॉन से पूछ लिया देन द अदर क्वेश्चंस कुड बी फ्रॉम अदर टॉपिक्स, बट यू कैन सी अ पैटर्न दैट दे रिपीट द सेम क्वेश्चंस उसी सेम कंसेप्ट से। बट अदरवाइज इट वॉज मोर डुएबल आई थिंक, बट इट वॉज जस्ट कि ये थोड़ा सा एनालॉजी टाइप क्वेश्चन डालने की कोशिश कर रहे थे इधर, कि टीवी ट्रांसमीटर हो गया, जैसे रिसेप्टर हो गया, फैक्टर हो गया, तो ये थोड़ा एनालॉजी करके they were trying to introduce, which we don't really actually do when we are actually solving the questions. बट अगेन अगर आपको बेसिक नॉलेज जो है, अपनी जो एग्जिस्टिंग नॉलेज है, उसको आप लगाओगे विद द न्यू टर्म्स, देन यू एक्चुअली फाइंड द आंसर टू दैट ऑल्सो। Okay, so coming to the testing questions now. Unlike the Stanford Binet, the Wechsler test provides ratio IQ, separate verbal and performance scores. Yes, second is the correct answer here. Basically, Wechsler's का main like differentiating feature is only कि उसने ratio IQ को follow नहीं किया था, which was being followed in the previous test, right? And what is the formula of the this particular ratio IQ? इसको कैसे निकालते हैं? What is the formula of ratio IQ? ये 2025 में पूछा था इन्होंने formula. Yes, MA upon mental age upon chronological age into 100. Yes. So this is how we ठीक है, स्टैनफोर्ड मिनिया में रेशियो आईक्यू यूज होता है, तो यहाँ पे क्या यूज होता है बैचलर्स टेस्ट में? कौन सा आईक्यू वाला हम, लाइक व्हाट आर वी ट्राइंग टू फाइंड हियर? डेविएशन आईक्यू, राइट? एंड according to deviation IQ, what is the set mean and standard deviation? Yes, 100 is the mean and 15 is the standard deviation. ठीक है, ये हमें थोड़ा बहुत पता है इसके बारे में। रेशियो आईक्यू क्या होता है, एम ए अपॉन सी ए इंटू 100, एंड डेविएशन आईक्यू क्या क्या होता है, कैसे निकालते हैं। वी आर अवेयर अबाउट दीज कंसेप्ट एंड दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट ऑल्सो। नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज आस्किंग कि हमें कोई ऐसी चीज बतानी है जो कि डिफरेंट है फ्रॉम एस बी फाइव, राइट? सो वी नो दैट एस बी फाइव यूज टू फॉलो दिस रेशियो आई क्यू, नॉट एस बी फाइव, जो प्रीवियस एडिशंस थे, दे यूज टू फॉलो द रेशियो आई क्यू कंसेप्ट एंड दे यूज टू गिव अ सिंगल आई क्यू स्कोर्स। एंड ये तो मतलब इट इज जस्ट अ फिलर ऑप्शन, इसमें कोई सेंस नहीं बन रही। इफेक्टिव स्कोर्स इज नॉट समथिंग दैट वी आर स्टडिंग, राइट? तो इसको वैसे ही काट दो। वी आर अवेयर कि बैचलर्स टेस्ट में देर आर डिफरेंट scales, and there are two scales for measuring verbal scores and there are two scales for measuring performance scores, and इन दोनों का भी जब हम एक सिंगल आईक्यू निकालते हैं उसको क्या बोलते हैं? So we are getting the IQ scores on verbal test separately, on performance scale separately, but we are actually trying to find कि what is the one particular IQ जब हम इन दोनों को भी combine करके निकालते हैं। It is full scale IQ. FSIQ is what it gives, right? So in from this particular question, you can see not this question, but ये जितने भी CUET PG के question papers है, you can see that they ask questions on WAIS every year, and इसमें भी आपको दो questions मिलेंगे on WAIS, and even SB5 they ask questions. So these are some tests that you can't really skip at all. And actually, like I also remember that when I was solving, like when I was trying to when I was preparing for my own entrance. So I had already solved a lot of PYQs and I still had time. So I started solving the net PYQs and I realized that in 2023 they asked one question which was directly taken from the net PYQ on this base test. So you will see that many questions they take from the net PYQs also. तो अगर टाइम हो तो नॉट आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि अभी करना शुरू करो, बट अगर सारा प्रिपरेशन हो जाए, सिलेबस हो जाए, यू आर ऑलरेडी डन विद द पीजी लेवल resources, then you can try to do the net level resources also, because some questions they can put एकदम ऐसे similar वहाँ से भी. Next, which one of the following method of reliability examines the performance of psychological test over time? Again, very easy. I think everybody knows the answer here. Yes, test retest reliability. And ये इंटर स्कोर reliability जो होती है, in what type of test is it used or most helpful या फिर mostly used? Projective tests, you're right. Again, very simple. I think everybody knows the answer here. Monica's therapist asked her to invent a story for each of the several pictures hanging on the office walls. The pictures are snapshots of people and have no obvious meanings. The therapist is using which technique? Yes, TAT. And if she actually gave her some pictures and she asked, इसमें क्या दिख रहा है, या फिर if she asked to describe what she can see in the pictures. Yes. And another follow-up question here, ये जो चारों लिखे हुए हैं इसमें से which ones are the psycho diagnostic test, या फिर which ones are the test जहाँ पे psychopathology हम study कर सकते हैं? You can select 1 and 3. Everybody has written 1 and 3. TAT is not a psychodiagnostic test. 1 and 2 are the correct answers here. Rorschach blot test is there, then MMPI is there. TAT is not a psychodiagnostic test, या फिर it is not used to understand या फिर diagnose psychopathology. But on the basis of Rorschach blot test and on the basis of MMPI, we can actually do that. What is the fourth one? It is just an interest inventory. इसमें like if you have checked the types of test, so there are different types of tests, right? There are aptitude test, interest inventories are there, achievement test are there. तो उसका एक type of test है. It is not a very relevant question here, and it is not something जो कि आपको clinical उसमें use होता है. I know these three are used in clinical settings, but this is just a filler option here. Okay. Next, what can be calculated by comparing the performance of those who have obtained very low test scores with those who have obtained very high test scores? Okay, what about others? Only 2 people have responded, 3 people. Yes. Yes, discrimination index is the correct answer here. And basically, discrimination index is giving us the information about the top scorers and the low scorers. And what is the difference here in difficulty index? यहाँ पे हमें क्या पता चल रहा है difficulty index में? Again, these are just filler options. Main options we have to select are from these. So difficulty index is what? वहाँ पे क्या पता चलता है हमें? How tough the, not the test, how tough the item was. Yes, how much is the item? Is it easy? Is it difficult? तो अगर एक पर्टिकुलर आइटम है जिसको 10 में से 8 लोग सही आंसर कर पा रहे हैं, सो विल इट बी अ इजी आइटम और विल इट बी अ डिफिकल्ट आइटम? Yes, easy, right? And another item where only 2 people are actually finding, if are actually able to answer it correctly, then it will be a tough or a difficult item. So this is what difficulty in text tells us. But discrimination is कि किसने, जैसे अभी ये CUT PG पेपर में you would find there are so many questions which everybody is answering, but then there are some questions जो कुछ सेलेक्टेड लोग ही आंसर कर रहे हैं. सो हेयर ऑल्सो लाइक देयर विल बी लाइक अराउंड, अगर 75 क्वेश्चन है तो 45 या 50 क्वेश्चन ऐसे होंगे जो सब सही आंसर करेंगे. बट द मेन 20 या 25 क्वेश्चन जो रह जाएंगे, दोज आर द क्वेश्चन विच आर एक्चुअली गिविंग यू डिस्क्रिमिनेशन इंडेक्स. कि जिसने एकदम डेप्थ में पढ़ के स्टडी करा है ये सब चीज़ें, दोज पीपल आर एबल टू आंसर दोज क्वेश्चंस. एंड दिस इज हाउ यू कैन एक्चुअली सिलेक्ट कि ठीक है ये वाले जो टॉप स्कोरर्स का, लाइक यू कैन मेक अ डिस्क्रिमिनेशन बिटवीन देम कि कौन से लोग जो हैं वो टॉप स्कोरर्स में आएंगे एंड कौन से लाइक दिस इज a little a negative line to say here, but we can take an example of a depression test. तो वहाँ पे अगर एक टेस्ट है जो नॉर्मल सैडनेस और डिप्रेशन में डिस्क्रिमिनेट नहीं कर पा रहा है, सो लाइक व्हाट विल बी द डिस्क्रिमिनेशन इंडेक्स? इज इट एक्चुअली अ गुड टेस्ट, या फिर इज इट नॉट रियली इंक्लूडिंग द डिस्क्रिमिनेशन इंडेक्स? ओके, आई थिंक आई डोंट सी एनी रिस्पॉन्सेज. आई एम ट्राइंग टू से कि एक पर्टिकुलर टेस्ट है, लेट्स से बैक डिप्रेशन इन्वेंट्री, एंड द आइटम्स देयर आर स्ट्रक्चर्ड इन अ वे जिसकी वजह से आप नॉर्मल सैडनेस में और एक्चुअल जो लोग जो जिन्हें डिप्रेशन में है उसके बीच में आप डिस्क्रिमिनेट कर ही नहीं पा रहे हो. सो द आइटम डिस्क्रिमिनेशन वुड बी लो देयर, राइट? बिकॉज नॉर्मल सैडनेस में आप लाइक द आइटम्स आर एक्चुअली गोइंग टुवर्ड्स द नॉर्मल सैडनेस पोर्शन ऑल्सो, इसकी वजह से लोग वो चीज़ सिलेक्ट कर रहे हैं. बट वेयर एज वी नीड टू पुट द आइटम्स जहाँ पे आप डिप्रेशन एक्चुअली डायग्नोज कर पाओ या फिर एक्चुअली उसको टेस्ट कर पाओ. सो दीज आर द आइटम्स दैट कैन मेक द टेस्ट गुड और बैड. और उससे से पता चल सकता है फ्रॉम द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द टू ग्रुप्स जो हम स्टडी स्टडी कर रहे हैं, द हाई स्कोरर्स या लो स्कोरर्स. नेक्स्ट अगेन यू सी अ क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम स्टैनफोर्ड बीने टेस्ट. And this was again a very difficult question, like high item discrimination question. But if you use certain uh, again techniques या फिर अपनी existing knowledge को इसके options के साथ लगाने की कोशिश करो, you will find the answer here. Yes, have you solved this paper already? Because this was one question जो सबका ही almost गलत हुआ था, but everybody is saying correct here. Yes, color discrimination is the right answer here. So when I was solving this question, I remember that for the first time when I saw this, I was like कि ये तो मैंने words पहले देखे नहीं. Because when we are actually studying about the test, we think कि ठीक है हमने वो कर लिया, ईयर कर लिया हमने, लोग एसोसिएटेड जो हैं इस टेस्ट से वो सब हमने कर लिया प्रिपेयर. Then we have also done the recent editions and all those things and the sub test of the test, right? So if we actually see SB5 के sub test, if anybody can type it down in the chat box, I don't really remember. I think it was fluid reasoning, then working memory. There were total five, right? If anybody remembers, if you can write the all the five subtests in this uh, SB5. Fluid reasoning was there, working memory was there, knowledge was there, quantitative reasoning was there, and one is left. So I'm just, if anybody can recall, you can write in the chat box. Otherwise, I'm trying to say what exactly I did was that they gave a paper, right? एक खाली पेपर और पेन वो देते हैं. So I mentioned all this because I was only aware about the five subtests that I actually prepared. So yes, somebody has written visual spatial processing, right? So ये सब मैंने पांचों जो टेस्ट होते हैं इसमें इसके नाम लिख लिए थे, and then I try to match कि कहाँ से ये मैच हो पा रहा है. Because that was the only way which was left to solve this question, because ये देख के तो नहीं आया था समझ. Then if you actually try to match the question, you would find कि ठीक है vocabulary size, fluency, verbal comprehension ये थोड़ा knowledge की side या fluid reasoning के side जाने को दिख रहा है. Then recognition and naming of familiar objects is also something which can go with knowledge and working memory. So this is something which I found कि ये किसी भी सब टेस्ट के साथ मैच नहीं हो रहा. And this is the elimination method that I used to actually get this particular question right. So दिस आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू मेंशन कि कुछ क्वेश्चंस ऐसे होंगे जो आप फर्स्ट टाइम शायद उसके वर्डिंग्स देख रहे होंगे, बट अगेन यू जस्ट हैव टू राइट डाउन और जस्ट हैव टू रिमेंबर उस इस पर्टिकुलर कंसेप्ट से रिलेटेड आपके दिमाग में क्या क्या है. इफ यू हैव एनीथिंग रिलेटेड टू दिस पर्टिकुलर कंसेप्ट, जस्ट राइट इट डाउन ऑन द पेपर एंड ट्राई टू मैच कि कहाँ पे क्या चीज़ जो उससे रिलेट कर पा रहे हो, एंड देन यू विल एक्चुअली ट्राई टू, मतलब यू विल एक्चुअली गेट द आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन ऑल्सो मेजोरिटी ऑफ द टाइम्स. बिकॉज इफ़ यू जस्ट थिंक कि नहीं ये तो मैंने पढ़ा ही नहीं, इसको छोड़ देते हैं, इसमें नेगेटिव मतलब मार्क्स कट जाएंगे, देन देयर विल बी मेनी क्वेश्चंस जो आप अटेम्प्ट ही नहीं करोगे. I just used a very traditional approach to intelligence. That is, why will be there color discrimination related to intelligence? Rest at least can match. Yes, this is also true because many people who got this question right, they were saying कि ये जो है ये थोड़ा सा उस पे चला जाता है sensory वाले modalities में. Because color discrimination, if you have read the sensation chapter, you must have seen this particular concept there. So this is not really related to intelligence, and all the other things are related. So these are just the different methods that we can use to solve the questions that Tanisha has mentioned. कि इसने she used this particular method, and then I told you my particular method. So just try to build your own methods and try to solve the question, और उसको देख के बस छोड़ो मत, because I know this is something which not many people support, but for me I do बिलीव कि छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए क्वेश्चन को. डोंट बी वेरी स्केयर्ड ऑफ द नेगेटिव मार्किंग, एटलीस्ट ट्राई टू मेक सेंस ऑफ द क्वेश्चन, और अगर आ रहा है उसका 80 to 85% श्योरिटी हो रही है, देन जस्ट मार्क इट. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एक नंबर ही घटेगा. सो दिस इज़ माई थिंकिंग. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि आप मार्क करके ही आना, बिकॉज मैनी आई सी एंड इवन विद मेंशंस कि अगर नहीं आ रहा तो स्किप कर दो, मैं नेगेटिव मार्किंग पे मत जाना, बट माई अप्रोच हियर इज़ डिफरेंट. सो यू कैन फॉलो विच एवर वर्क्स बेस्ट फॉर यू. Next, what do intelligence tests successfully predicts? I believe that this question was not very correct, but still they didn't remove this question, so we just have to follow. In 2025, also two questions were incorrect, or the wordings were not actually correct, and they didn't actually corrected them also. So this happens every year. Yes, three is the correct answer. College grades, but when we always say that intelligence is something which is not limited to academics, according to that, it felt a little odd, but still, yes, third is the correct answer here. Can it not be two? The ability to win prestigious scientific awards. I don't know. I genuinely don't have any idea on this question. And is it better to leave questions like these because of negative marking? This one, this intelligence test one. EQ can lead to happiness. Yes, it can. Ambiguous questions like these. It was, it is better to attempt it, I would say, because ambiguous questions में थोड़ा सा चांस होता है करेक्ट होने का, बिकॉज यू आर एक्चुअली एलिमिनेटिंग द ऑप्शंस जो बिल्कुल भी मैच नहीं कर रहे हैं. बट इसमें ये वाला जो क्वेश्चन है, इट इज़ बेटर, इसको हम छोड़ ही सकते थे. इट इज़ ट्रू. आई ऑल्सो गॉट दिस क्वेश्चन इनकरेक्ट. आई एक्चुअली आई डोंट रिमेंबर वॉट आई सिलेक्टेड, बट आई थिंक आई सिलेक्टेड फाइनेंशियल सक्सेस. आई डोंट नो वाई आई सिलेक्टेड दिस, बट दैट वॉज जस्ट माई अप्रोच कि मुझे छोड़ना नहीं है कुछ भी. बट इफ़ यू थिंक कि नहीं ऐसे एम्बिगुअस क्वेश्चंस में कुछ आंसर नहीं आ रहा दिमाग में, तो यू कैन जस्ट लीव दिस क्वेश्चन ऑल्सो. दे शुड हैव मेंशन व्हाट टाइप ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस. यस, दिस इज ऑल्सो ट्रू, बट यहाँ पे इन्होंने इंटेलिजेंस टेस्ट लिखा हुआ है, सो मे बी दे वर जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट द रेगुलर टेस्ट दैट वी हैव. College grades are more about intelligence, and scientific awards can be more related to creativity, innovation, and intelligence. I think this is an open-ended question, and you all can write your opinions here. Nothing is right, incorrect, or can't really say. Okay, I think this is last from testing. Yes. Match the following one types of validity. First, we can match the content validity. ये कहाँ पे match होएगा? You can just mention 1, 2, 3, 4. Content validity क्या होता है? या फिर वी कैन एक्चुअली स्टार्ट विद द इजीएस्ट वन, बिकॉज दैट इज बेटर. जब आप एक्चुअल पेपर भी करोगे, ट्राई टू स्टार्ट विद द वन जो सबसे इजी लग रहा हो, या सबसे एग्जैक्ट आंसर पता हो उसका. सो वी नो फेस वैलिडिटी का काफ़ी आराम से वी कैन गेट टू नो द आंसर हेयर. D is 1, yes. The test appears. So we know is going to be matched with 1. Then predictive validity, we know कि ये जो है ये कुछ future से related बात कर रहा होगा. So any word here which is actually telling you about फ्यूचर रिलेटेड परफॉर्मेंस। ठीक है, वी हैव डन द फर्स्ट वन, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट प्रिडिक्टिव वैलिडिटी नाउ। यस, फोर्थ। देन कंटेंट कंटेंट वैलिडिटी एंड concurrent वैलिडिटी इज लेफ्ट। वैसे तो इसके साथ वी कैन गेट द आंसर, बट स्टिल लेट्स सॉल्व द अदर वंस आल्सो। B is 3. Yes, validity of a test with another measure uh, mapping the same behavior, and content validities if the test actually covers all the items which are actually representative of the sample of behavior. ये concurrent और predictive validity किसका वो है, सब टाइप्स ऑफ वैलिडिटी है, लाइक देर इज वन ब्रॉडर टर्म जिसके अंडर ये आता है। यस, concurrent वैलिडिटी प्रिडिक्टिव वैलिडिटी किस उसमें आता है, लाइक व्हाट इज द ब्रॉडर टर्म हेयर जिसके ये सब टाइप्स है। It's not construct. Another valid type of validity, if you can recall. It is criterion validity. एंड ये जो आपने कंस्ट्रक्ट वैलिडिटी लिखा है, इसके अंदर जो दो टाइप्स आते हैं वो क्या है? आई एम अनेबल टू राइट ऑन स्क्रीन, बट यू कैन जस्ट मेंशन यस, कन्वर्जेंट एंड डाइवर्जेंट। ये भी इंपॉर्टेंट है, लाइक वैलिडिटी इज समथिंग दे आस्क अलॉट। सो एनी ऑब्जर्वेशन फ्रॉम द टेस्टिंग क्वेश्चंस बिफोर वी मूव टू द सेकेंड वन, द थर्ड सेक्शन ऑफ द पेपर एक्चुअली, अब नॉर्मल। आई थिंक वी आर गोइंग वे टू स्लो, सो वील ट्राई टू गो अ लिटिल फास्ट हेयर। एंड कुछ ऑब्जर्वेशन हो तो आप लिख देना सीधा चैट बॉक्स में, अदरवाइज वी कैन जस्ट सॉल्व द एमसीक्यूज नाउ। सो मूविंग टू द नॉर्मल साइकोलॉजी क्वेश्चंस, the cognitive behavioral therapy proposed by Beck proposes the following trajectory of illness. Again, try to follow the method कि फर्स्ट या लास्ट वाला जो है वो 100% श्योर जिसमें हो आप। यस, सेकंड इज द करेक्ट आंसर, बिकॉज जितने भी मॉडल्स होते हैं वो हमें यही तो बताते हैं कि क्या क्या चीज़ें होती हैं जो हमें एक्चुअल में जो लीड कर सकती हैं या डेवलप करती है इलनेस को। तो इलनेस सबसे लास्ट में आएगी, हमें पता है। सो बिकॉज ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर ऑप्शन, मतलब इस पर्टिकुलर लॉजिक से ही वी कैन जस्ट एलिमिनेट ऑल द अदर ऑप्शंस एंड वी कैन गेट द आंसर। बट स्टिल थोड़ा सा अगर हम देखें तो वी नो कि कॉग्निटिव बिहेवियर थेरेपी क्या कहती है, जो हमारे नॉट इलॉजिकल आइडियाज बट बेसिकली द नेगेटिव ऑटोमेटिक थॉट्स या थिंकिंग पैटर्न्स, कॉग्निटिव डिस्टॉर्शंस, एरर्स इन थिंकिंग, ये सब जो होते हैं वो हमारे इमोशंस को अफेक्ट करते हैं। इमोशंस एंड ये अफेक्ट होने की वजह से हमारे बिहेवियर्स अफेक्ट होते हैं, जिसकी वजह से लाइक दिस इज जस्ट अ साइकिल। दे आर ऑल interconnected, but the first thing that comes is the thoughts, the illogical or the irrational thoughts. So yes, this is the correct answer here. And this question they have asked in 2024 also, and the same question. I think थोड़ा सा wording ऊपर नीचे करी होगी, but the same concept and even the same sequence based question in 2025 also. So this is one of their favorite questions, I think. We can just take advantages of the things that are their favorite. We know base is their favorite, CBT का ये model is their favorite, cognitive depression से related, I mean cognitive behavioral model of depression. Next, a sudden and extreme disturbance of memory in which individuals wander off, adopt a new identity. Again, very simple. Yes, dissociative fugue. हाइपोकॉन्ड्रासिस का न्यू नेम या DSM-5 में इसका जो नेम चेंज्ड है वो क्या है? यस, इलनेस एंजाइटी डिसऑर्डर। एंड सेम फॉर कन्वर्जन डिसऑर्डर, इसका क्या नया नाम है? इट इज नॉट सोमैटोफॉर्म। सोमैटोफॉर्म का क्या नया नाम है? ये भी बता दो। सोमैटोफॉर्म डिसऑर्डर्स का जो ये कैटेगरी था, इसका कैटेगरी का ही नया नाम क्या है? DSM-4 से DSM-5 के जो चेंजेस है, दैट आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। यस, ये सोमैटिक सिम्टम डिसऑर्डर इज अ डिसऑर्डर, बट द कैटेगरी नेम इज सोमैटिक सिम्टम एंड रिलेटेड डिसऑर्डर्स। एंड ये कन्वर्जन डिसऑर्डर का, आई थिंक समवन मेंशन करेक्टली, इट इज फंक्शनल न्यूरो, आई थिंक आई एम ऑल्सो नॉट एबल टू रिकॉल पूरा पूरा नाम क्या है, बट इज समथिंग रिलेटेड टू फंक्शनल न्यूरोलॉजिकल डिसऑर्डर। आई विल चेक एंड आई विल राइट इन द ग्रुप. Next, Parul remembers things from the past very well but cannot incorporate present events in her memory. पहले का याद है पर अभी नई मेमोरीज जो है वो नहीं बना पा रही है. यस, इंटेरोग्रेट अमनीजिया. एंड अगर पहले का भूल गई होती बट नई मेमोरीज बना पा रही है. यस, देन इट वुड बी रेट्रोग्रेड. Very easy question. I think your weekly visit to your psychoanalyst begin with the instructions to say whatever comes to your mind. Which technique is being used here? Free association, yes. What is the common symptom of neurosis? Why one? Yes, two is the correct answer, high anxiety. Because one is the typical like feature of psychosis, right? And even this it is psychosis. This is not a feature of any of them, but still it is not making much sense. तो ये भी हम eliminate कर देंगे and then we are left with high anxiety. अच्छा, ये ठीक है, वी आर डन विद abnormal एंड यू ऑल्सो सॉ कि abnormal में क्वेश्चंस भी काफ़ी कम थे. सो देवर आई थिंक 4 to 5 क्वेश्चंस ओनली, और बाकी बायोसाइक टेस्टिंग एंड रिसर्च में क्वेश्चंस वर फ्रॉम 8 to 11. सो दिस ऑल्सो यू कैन नोट, मेक अ नोट ऑन. एंड अब नॉर्मल में लाइक वी आर ऑलरेडी अवेयर कि ये ज़्यादातर फोकस करते हैं एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस पे, कि ऐसे कुछ सिचुएशन दे देंगे एंड यू जस्ट हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई द डिसऑर्डर, या फिर कोई थेरेपी से रिलेटेड कुछ ना कुछ सिचुएशन दे देंगे, यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई द थेरेपी. सो दिस इज अ कॉमन थिंग. ऐसे मतलब लाइक मेनी पीपल आस्क कि डायग्नोस्टिक फीचर्स वगैरह लर्न करना है या ड्यूरेशंस वगैरह करना है, वो इतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं होता. कुछ कुछ में होता है, जैसे वी नो दैट इन परसिस्टेंट डिप्रेसिव डिसऑर्डर वी शुड बी अवेयर ऑफ द क्राइटेरिया कि मिनिमम 2 years होना चाहिए. सो दीज आर सर्टन थिंग्स जहाँ पे क्राइटेरियाज इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं, बट ऐसे हर डिसऑर्डर में आपसे क्राइटेरियाज नहीं पूछेंगे वो. व्हाट थेरेपीज आर इम्पोर्टेंट? थेरेपीज ऐसे इतना डिटेल में लाइक वो ऐसे जाके नहीं पूछेंगे. जो मेन मेन चीज़ें होती हैं, एक तो वी आर ऑल अवेयर कि बिहेवियरल थेरेपीज में जो आता है या साइको एनालिसिस में क्या आता है, वो सब चीज़ें वी शुड बी अवेयर अबाउट. द टेक्निक्स वी शुड बी अवेयर अबाउट, एंड द डिफरेंट लाइक CBT इज़ ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. बट इसके अलावा जैसे जो थेरेपीज लाइक EMDR, DBT, ये सब चीज़ों पे इतने क्वेश्चंस आते नहीं हैं. बट यू कैन जस्ट प्रिपेयर कि ठीक है, हर एक डिसऑर्डर से रिलेटेड एक पर्टिकुलर थेरेपी जो उसकी वो गोल्डन स्टैंडर्ड ट्रीटमेंट होती है, उसको यू कैन जस्ट रिकॉल. ऐसे उसके अंदर जो स्टेप्स होते हैं या फिर जो उसके अंदर मॉड्यूल्स होते हैं, जैसे DBT हैज़ 4 मॉड्यूल्स, तो वो ऐसे इतना डिटेल में नहीं पूछेंगे. बस इतना पूछ सकते हैं कि बी व्हाट इज द मेन यूज ऑफ DBT, किस डिसऑर्डर के लिए सबसे ज़्यादा यूज होता है, ऐसा करके फिर भी पूछ सकते हैं फॉर द मेन डिसऑर्डर्स. Meanwhile, I think everybody has answered this question. Yes, A is the correct answer, pre-conventional stage. एंड ये किस कौन सी थ्योरी के बारे में बात हो रही है यहाँ पे? कोलबर्ग, राइट. एंड हु क्रिटिसाइज्ड कोलबर्ग्स थ्योरी? देयर वाज दिस पर्टिकुलर पर्सन हु क्रिटिसाइज्ड कोलबर्ग्स थ्योरी एंड गेव हर ओन मॉडल. यस, गिलिगन, राइट. Which perspective maintains that most human perceptual capabilities are inborn and that result very little from learning? Yes, nativist. And any one nativist you can recall या उसका नाम if you can mention. Who is also associated with language development. Yes, Chomsky. And इसने like he gave one particular concept, a device he gave. तो उस device का क्या नाम था? Like the hypothetical structure, जिसके through like it is innate in us and we acquire knowledge from this device, he said. Yes, language acquisition device. Next, Harry Harlow's study on baby monkeys indicate that attachment formation is related to. Yes, first is the correct answer. And uh, there was one person who also mentioned कि attachment is based on nourishment या फिर food से related, feeding related, he mentioned. So who was that? No, Sohani, it is not true. Basically, the study, if you can recall Harry Harlow's study, so he actually uh, like there was study, right? So उसने क्या करा था? There were two types of the mothers basically. तो एक one was your wired mother and the second one was a mother जो cloths मतलब it was covered with cloth. So it was more soft. So basically what happened was कि जो wire वाली mother थी she used to feed the babies and the other mother she didn't feed the babies and like it was just soft जो cloth था उसका. सो मैनी लाइक दे एक्चुअली ऑब्जर्व कि जब भी कुछ ऐसा सिचुएशन होती थी जिसमें हेल्प की ज़रूरत होती थी तो मंकीज यूज टू गो टू दिस पर्टिकुलर मदर जो कंफर्ट देती थी ना कि द मदर विच एक्चुअली यूज टू फीड देम. सो दे गॉट टू नो अबाउट कि सिर्फ फीडिंग बिहेवियर्स अटैचमेंट को लीड नहीं करते हैं. इट इज़ एक्चुअली द कंफर्ट एंड द बेसिकली कॉन्टैक्ट एंड कंफर्ट वॉज द वर्ड हेयर की वर्ड हेयर जिसकी वजह से अटैचमेंट फॉर्मेशन होती है. And yes, the nourishment thing, the question that I asked, the person who mentioned कि nourishment से या feeding वाली चीज़ से attachment form होती है, that was Freud, yes. Next, which of the following best describes Erickson's developmental theory? You just have to recognize the name, nothing else. Yes, 8 stages. Then again match the following. Yes, fourth is the correct answer. Psychosexual stages, Freud. Psychosocial theory, Erikson. Moral development, Kohlberg. And cognitive dissonance, ये social psychology of concept आ गया यहाँ पे, but you can just do because of the other three options. Again match the following question and एक और यहाँ पे पैटर्न दिखेगा 2024 में लाइफ स्पैन में that there are many questions related to Erikson. So this is the pattern कि या तो वो एक ही concept से बार बार questions पूछ रहे हैं in this particular paper, ignoring the other important concepts also. 2, 3, 4 every option you have mentioned एक बार वापस देखो. Try to start from the one that is very obvious. We know कि ये सबसे last stage होता है integrity versus despair. So सबसे last वाला यहाँ पे क्या दिख रहा है हमें late adulthood दिख रहा है. So we can just match here and then we are also aware कि generation versus जनरेटिविटी वर्सेस स्टैग्नेशन जो है दैट कम्स बिफोर इंटीग्रेटेड वर्सेस डिस्पेयर. सो अगेन यहाँ पे चाइल्डहुड में तो हो नहीं सकता, मिडिल अडल्टहुड कुड बी द आंसर, बिकॉज ये इन दोनों में थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन हो सकता है इसके स्टेजेस में कि कब आता है, बट ये दोनों काफ़ी क्लियर थे. सो बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ऑल्सो वी कैन सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन. डी इज मैचिंग विद 1 एंड सी इज मैचिंग विद 4. So yes, second is the correct. Yes, second would be the correct option, and then yes, it will be toddler autonomy versus shame, and initiative versus guilt will be early childhood. स्टेजेस जो है उसका यू कैन बी वेरी श्योर, मतलब जितने भी स्टेजेस होते हैं उन सबका ऑर्डर काफ़ी अच्छे से यू कैन रिमेंबर इन ऑल द थ्योरीज. A parent who fails to set firm limits on age appropriate behaviors required for a young child would be using which parenting style? यस, परमिसिव. ये कोई पेरेंटिंग स्टाइल होता भी नहीं है वैसे. यहाँ पे कौन सा पेरेंटिंग स्टाइल मिसिंग है? तीन दे रखे हैं, वन इज मिसिंग. यस. सो वी आर डन विद लाइफ स्पैन ऑल्सो, एंड नाउ वी हैव क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम जनरल साइकोलॉजी. तो इसमें चैप्टर्स का नाम आई हैव मेंशन्ड, बट दीज आर ऑल जनरल साइकोलॉजी पोर्शन. सो दिस ऑल्सो टेल्स कि यहाँ पे यू कैन सी देर आर 40 स्लाइड्स जो हमने अभी तक कवर करी है. दिस वॉज रिलेटेड टू योर स्टैट्स रिसर्च, टेस्टिंग, बायोसाइकोलॉजी, अब नॉर्मल साइकोलॉजी, लाइफ स्पैन डेवलपमेंट, ये जितने भी 5 यूनिट्स थे वी हैव ऑलरेडी डन दैट. एंड जो सिर्फ एक मेन यूनिट अब हमारा जो रह गया है जनरल साइकोलॉजी, इट हैज़ अनदर 40 स्लाइड्स हेयर. सो ये वाला थोड़ा आई थिंक वी कैन स्पेंड सम लेस टाइम हेयर बिकॉज आई थिंक पीपल आर लिविंग ऑल्सो. सो ये हम थोड़ा जल्दी जल्दी कर लेंगे, बट दिस ऑल्सो टेल्स यू कि मेजर पोर्शन जो है जनरल साइकोलॉजी के चैप्टर्स का है. एंड इसमें चैप्टर्स में भी यू विल फाइंड कि मेजर पोर्शन लर्निंग एंड मेमोरी का से बहुत आते हैं क्वेश्चंस एंड पर्सनैलिटी से. So we can start with this general portion now. Yes, फर्स्ट इज करेक्ट. एंड ये काफ़ी इजी क्वेश्चन है, बट स्टिल इसकी लैंग्वेज अगर आप देखो काफ़ी ट्विस्टेड लैंग्वेज है. स्टोर्स इज एडेड बाय द रिमाइंडर्स विच डायरेक्ट मेमोरी सर्चेस. तो ये काफ़ी थोड़ा सा ट्विस्टेड सा था. एंड आई रिमेंबर दिस वॉज द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन एंड यू आर नॉट अवेयर कि किस टाइप का पेपर आया होगा. सो आई स्पेंड 2 to 3 minutes हेयर ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ द एंजाइटी. बट अगेन द थिंग इज कि वो क्वेश्चंस इतने, मतलब जो आंसर होगा काफ़ी डायरेक्ट होगा, बट दे कैन ट्विस्ट द लैंग्वेज जस्ट टू कंफ्यूज यू. Next, which of the following is true difference between learning and performance? Learning is observable, performance is not. Learning is permanent as compared to performance. Learning can be measured directly, performance must be inferred. Learning is easier to change than performance. लर्निंग चैप्टर में तीन टर्म्स का काफ़ी अच्छे से डिफरेंस पता होना चाहिए. लर्निंग, परफॉर्मेंस, एंड वन मोर टर्म इज देयर विच इज मैचुरेशन. सो एनी guesses here? Meera is saying 3. Anybody else? यस, एक्चुअली 3 इज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन हेयर. बिकॉज बाकी तीन जो है वो उल्टे लिखे हुए हैं. बेसिकली लर्निंग इज ऑब्जर्वेबल ऐसा नहीं है, परफॉर्मेंस इज एक्चुअली ऑब्जर्वेबल, लर्निंग इज नॉट. देन लर्निंग, यस ये तो करेक्ट है ही हमारा बी ऑप्शन. लर्निंग इज परमानेंट परफॉर्मेंस के कंपैरिजन में. हेयर लर्निंग इज मेजर्ड डायरेक्टली वेरस परफॉर्मेंस मस्ट बी इन्फर्ड. अगेन ये उल्टा लिखा हुआ है, यहाँ पे ये लिखा होना चाहिए था परफॉर्मेंस कैन बी मेजर्ड डायरेक्टली. देन लर्निंग इज ईजियर टू चेंज दैन परफॉर्मेंस. अगेन उल्टा लिखा है कि परफॉर्म, मतलब इसमें यहाँ पे परफॉर्मेंस आना चाहिए था. परफॉर्मेंस इज ईजियर टू मेजर देन, ईजियर टू चेंज देन लर्निंग. सो yes, B is the correct option here. According to B.F. Skinner, the basic mechanism for controlling human behavior is. Yes, fourth is the correct answer here, but this question also many people challenged because they mentioned controlling, and controlling is a word which is mostly associated with punishments. So there can be certain, yes, not one Suhani has mentioned. Many people chose punishment also because of this particular word, controlling. But इसका actual आंसर की में जो आंसर था वो that was reinforcement only. The schedule of reinforcement in which reinforcement occurs only after a fixed number of responses. यस, क्वेश्चन में ही लिखा हुआ है फिक्स्ड रेशियो स्केड्यूल। एंड इसमें से सबसे बेस्ट कौन सा है एंड सबसे वर्स्ट कौन सा है? विच इज कंसिडर्ड द बेस्ट स्केड्यूल ऑफ, यस, फोर्थ इज द बेस्ट एंड वर्स्ट कौन सा है? यस, फिक्स्ड इंटरवल। The cat which meows to a doorbell and not a phone ring is exhibiting stimulus discrimination. Yes. Match the following on types of memory. Procedural memory will be matched with A1. प्रोसीजरल मेमोरी यहाँ पे एक बार बताओ, 1 2 3 4 करके। यस, 3। प्रोसीजरल मेमोरी विल मैच विद 3, राइट? देन सेंसरी मेमोरी, फोर्थ। सिमेंटिक मेमोरी, 1, डीपेस्ट लेवल। और ये सिमेंटिक मेमोरी, ये डीपेस्ट लेवल ऑफ प्रोसेसिंग, इससे विच मेमोरी मॉडल दैट यू कैन रिमेंबर? The model which actually talks about this semantic memory or deepest level of processing. Yes, levels of processing model by Craig and Lockhart, yes. So ये यहाँ पे जो भी option होगा, I think we have already matched that. A is with 3. Yes, 4 should be the correct. During extension, the dash is consistently omitted and the dash undergoes gradual reduction. क्या चीज़ हम बार बार रिमूव करते हैं एक्सटेंशन वाले फेज में? Yes, 3 is the correct answer. बिकॉज वी आर रिमूविंग द यूसीएस। हमारे वो डॉग वाले एक्सपेरिमेंट में क्या था यूसीएस? बेल, बेल कैसे हो सकती है? यस, फूड इज द यूसीएस, राइट? अनकंडीशनल स्टिमुलस, राइट? अनकंडीशनड स्टिमुलस। सो वी आर रिमूविंग दैट थिंग, राइट? अगर हम सिर्फ बेल बजाएंगे और फूड नहीं प्रेजेंट करेंगे तो जो कंडीशनल रिस्पॉन्स था विच वॉज द, what was the unconditional, the response, conditioned response, what was that? Salivation, right? So अगर हम, we are removing food again and again and still presenting the bell, तो the learning would be कि food तो आ ही नहीं रहा है, so basically this conditioned response will also gradually disappear. This is what happens in extension. Attention influences memory by directing it, yes. And attention is not a part of the syllabus, but still उन्होंने पूछा हुआ था, so it is better to just do some additional chapters also. And if from attention they have asked one more question जो आप आपको आगे दिखेगा. If you look up at the address of a person you have never visited before and 3 minutes later you can no longer remember the address, you should conclude that the information was probably held in, yes, short term memory, because ये तो possible नहीं है, ये तो वापस filler options है. Now from these two we know कि long term memory में होता तो retrieve तो हो जाता ना, it is not something जो आप forget ऐसे इतनी जल्दी forgetting हो जाती. So again short term memory, इसकी duration कम होती है. And what is the type of rehearsal we use during the short term memory uh, process जब information इस stage पे जाती है, which is the rehearsal that we use? Yes, maintenance rehearsal. And for long term memory, elaborative rehearsal. A basketball player who is ready to shoot a free throw and is not distracted by the sight of the crowd is, yes, selective attention. And what are the other types of attention, if anybody knows? Attention has 4 to 5 types, right? Sustained attention, divided attention. So this is something that you can do if you actually plan to do the attention chapter also, because इन्होंने पूछा हुआ है थोड़ा सा बाहर से syllabus से भी. Raghu was walking along the river when he was bitten by a snake. Now he is afraid not only of snakes but also the river. This is an example of 1 2 1 2. So we know कि ये तो है ही नहीं, but 1 2 में confusion है. So classical conditioning is the correct answer here. But again इस क्वेश्चन में भी यही हुआ था कि आधे लोगों ने classical conditioning select किया था, आधे ने operant किया था, and many people challenge this कि दोनों ही हो सकते हैं, because आप इसको ये भी कर सकते हो बेसिकली कि द स्टिमुलस एसोसिएशन भी हो सकती है इसके अंदर, एंड वेयर एस इसमें यहाँ पे ये भी हो सकता है, री इन्फोर्समेंट के बेसिस पे भी इसको स्टडी कर सकते हैं हम. तो देन एनटीए रिलीज द अनदर आंसर की मॉडिफाइड वन, जिसमें उन्होंने दोनों को ही करेक्ट आंसर करा था. द बिहेवियर ऑफ अवॉइडिंग अ नॉशियस स्टिमुलस बाय अ रिस्पॉन्डर इज कॉल्ड, again question में ही like we can see the answer, yes, avoidance learning. And if we actually try to understand it in terms of reinforcement and punishment, तो ये avoidance learning, which is that, is it positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, positive punishment, negative punishment? Yes, negative reinforcement, because you're removing something unpleasant, right? It is mentioned you are avoiding a nauseous stimulus. The forgetting of new learning due to previously acquired materials is called, yes, interference. The concept of perceptual set comes out of which of the approach to perceptual processing? Yes, constructivist. Um, so, Ani, why do you think 3 is the correct answer? If you can just explain the logic here. Meanwhile, I'm just telling constructivist का मतलब ये होता है ना that we, it actually is a perspective जो कहता है कि we construct our own realities, and perceptual set is also something that हमारा जो perception है it is based on our previous experiences, our own thinking patterns. तो वो सब चीज़ें जो होती हैं that is the one which is leading to actual perception. मतलब अगर कोई object, अगर कोई ambiguous object रखा होगा आपके सामने, so what you are thinking about that objective would be very different from the other person, because सबके experiences अलग होते हैं. So this is what constructivist also says, right? Whereas that data driven या फिर bottom approaches, ये तो वापस फिलर फिलर वाला, but data driven and bottom up is basically कि आप डिफरेंट टाइप्स, मतलब डिफरेंट चीज़ों को देख के कुछ बड़ी चीज़ पे जा रहे हो. मतलब डेटा ड्रिवन इज बेसिकली डिफरेंट स्पेसिफिक ऑब्जर्वेशंस जिसके बेसिस पे आप कुछ बड़ा कंक्लूड कर रहे हो. वेरास कंस्ट्रक्टिविस्ट में क्या होगा कि आपका जो प्रायर जो नॉलेज है, जो प्रायर एक्सपीरियंसेस है, उसके बेसिस पे आप कुछ चीज़ को देख रहे हो, उस बेसिस पे आप कुछ चीज़ को कंक्लूड कर रहे हो. आई थॉट दे वर आस्किंग द प्रोसेसिंग अप्रोचेस. यस, प्रोसेसिंग अप्रोच में फिर हमें लगता है ना कि टॉप डाउन और बॉटम अप वही दो मेन प्रोसेसिंग अप्रोचेस होती है, तो उस बेसिस पे वी जस्ट सिलेक्टेड दिस, बट दिस इज व्हाई वी नीड टू रीड द क्वेश्चन अगेन. So did you understand this question now? Like I, okay, I didn't read the question properly. The part of eye that controls the size of pupil is known as, yes. iris. And there is a liquid between cornea and lens. What is the name of that liquid? Humor, basically, yes, aqueous humor. The minimum amount of light energy that must be present for vision is called. ये थोड़ा सा called is not a really correct way of asking this question, but yes, you understood the concept कि क्या पूछना चाह रहे हैं. Absolute threshold. And इसके साथ there is one more threshold that we study. What is the name of that? एक होता है absolute threshold and another is differential threshold या फिर just noticeable difference. Yes. Perceiving a text as words on the page rather than a black and white piece of paper illustrates which principle of Gestalt? Yes, figure and ground. The brain's interpretation of neural impulses from receptors. Interpretation word is the main thing here. Yes, perception is correct. Just give me a minute. The reduced sensitivity to sense organs for prolonged stimulation is called sensory. Yes, adaptation. Which of the following is not a depth cue that is potentially available for only one eye? Binocular disparity, yes. Because ये सब जो है, we know these are monocular cues. So again, we just group the things जो similar हो और एक चीज जो काफी different हो, then also we can get an answer. The characteristics of a fully functioning person are. Yes, three is correct because ये तो inhibited and not free to make choices. ये तो बिल्कुल ही opposite हो गया, right? And ये सी बाकी सारे options में present है. Conscious forcing of desires or thoughts out of consciousness is called. Suppression, yes. और अगर अनकॉन्शियस होता तो इसमें है नहीं वो ऑप्शन, बट अगर अनकॉन्शियस होता देन यस, रिप्रेशन. Excessive competitive drive, even when it is unnecessary, is observed in which type of personality? Yes, type A. Again, this is something that they ask almost every year. Defense mechanisms. Match the following. Yes, fourth is correct. Repression is basically, first of all, we'll solve this one. Regression, retreating to earlier periods of life, then forgetting unacceptable thoughts or impulses. Repression, then redirecting an emotional response from a dangerous object to safer one. Displacement, and transferring unacceptable motives or impulses on others. Projection, yes. When libido is attached to or invested in an object, it is known as. Yes, catharsis is the correct answer here. Catharsis is basically emotional release. This is not, मतलब ये दोनों words same लगते हैं, but that is a different concept because many of you have mentioned A. Libido is attached to or invested in an particular object. It is a feature of catharsis, and catharsis is emotional. Uh, we are just releasing emotions, right? This is also telling us कि बाकी जैसे like when we are invested into one particular thing, it is because of this particular mechanism according to that theory. And किसी के लिए कोई चीज़ ज़्यादा important होती है, किसी के लिए कोई चीज़ कम important होती है. So that is because of this thing. We are attaching a libido to a particular person or a particular object or anything. Yes, the right answer is third only, not first. Because catharsis is a technique जो थोड़ा मतलब emotional release के लिए काम करता है. When a person has piled up those emotions and we are trying to help them process them. And ये ego ideal or anxiety is not something which is matching here right now. Central traits, cardinal traits, secondary traits are which part of which theory? And अच्छा यहाँ पे you have to identify the person. Yes, Alport. Ravi believes that experiences throughout Ravi believes that experiences throughout his life continuously change his personality, which theorists would probably not agree. Yes, because he is focusing on which view. And again, यहाँ पे अगर आप देखो तो ये सब behaviorist हैं. एक ग्रुप बन गया and this is a different option right now. Yes, deterministic view. And again, a same question on this concept. Personality is fixed in the earlier years of life and subject to little change thereafter. This view is known as historical determinism. Yes. ये तो like some options are not even making any sense. यहाँ पे लिखे क्यों है? Okay, this is from motivation and emotion now. And again यहाँ पे आपको match the following ही दिखेगा ज्यादा. Three, three is so drive theory. We know it is related to biological needs. Yes, two would be the answer. Then arousal में जो है levels of activation. Yes. Expectancy theory. Behavior is pulled by expectations or desired outcomes. And then goal setting theory. We are setting specific or challenging but attainable aims and objectives. Yes. Three would be the correct answer. Again, theories of emotion match the following question. Can बाद में भी you have to look for one particular word जो सबसे important है. What is that particular word? थैलेमस इज देयर बट एक पर्टिकुलर वर्ड होता है ना, जैसे अभी तक हम क्या पढ़ने की कोशिश कर रहे थे कि क्या पहले होता है, इमोशंस पहले आते हैं या फिजियोलॉजी पहले आती है. यस, साइमल्टेनियस इज द वर्ड, राइट? सो वी कैन सी इट इज रिटन हियर. Then for James Lange theory, we know that it says कि the physiological components come before the emotion. So we can see it here. Subjective emotional experience result from the physiological change. And we know this theory talks about the cognitive labels, and opponent process theory talks about the opposite reactions or emotion, like the opposing forces. So we can match it, and then answer would be yes. First, second would be the answer, yes. What kind of intelligence represents the accumulation of abilities gained through formal or informal instructions? Accumulation of abilities is the keyword here. Yes, crystallized intelligence. Match the following question again. Yes, three. And even if we are not aware of some options, still we can match it because like Vernon is something which I was not aware, but बाकी सब जो है वो match हो रहे थे. So this is how you can actually get to the actual answer also. Which of the following questions would be of more interest to a cognitive psychologist? How does a child acquire the concept of color? Are introvert people more likely to be higher self monitors? What mechanisms are evoked in hunger, and how is the unconscious represented in the dream? Yes, A only is the correct answer here. The field of artificial intelligence is most closely related to which psychological approach? Very easy to solve. Yes, cognitive. We perceive a person's face as a whole and not as a collection of eyes, nose, mouth, etc. The face therefore is an example of, yes, just told. The school of psychology which aims to study the adaptive functions of the mind is called, yes, functionalism. What kind of psychologist would be most likely to conduct a study of challenges in problem solving skills with increasing age? Yes, developmental one. एज की बात हो रही है, वी नो इट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट लाइफ स्पैन. And this is, I think, the last question. In Hans Seile's general adaptation syndrome, the final stage is very easy. Yes, exhaustion. So general में we could see कि कितने direct questions थे and many were very easy. So general portion is not that difficult to solve. I think you all must have noticed this particular thing, and match the following जब हो जाता है तो और भी easy हो जाता है solve करने के लिए. So some observations that you can note down from this, and many times questions में ही answer लिखा होता है. So they are actually mentioning the word itself. Any other observation that you can think of? Another observation that I already told कि learning, memory, personality, these are the three chapters जिसमें से सबसे ज़्यादा वो पूछते हैं. Because if you see motivation emotion में सिर्फ दो questions थे, जबकि दोनों बड़े बड़े chapters है, still there were just two questions that to match the following. And intelligence में there were two questions, then history, introduction, ये सब में भी तीन चार questions थे. And this stress is not actually included, but still they ask some questions इधर उधर आगे पीछे से भी, so you can do those. Questions are not framed properly. This is true. NTA मतलब इसमें तो आपको spelling mistakes नहीं दिखी हैं, but in 2023 paper there are so many spelling mistakes in the options also, in the question also, and because of the spelling mistakes आपका select करने का पूरा ही change हो जाएगा. I remember कुछ norm को उन्होंने normal लिख दिया था ऐसे करके कुछ mistake हुई थी, and फिर at the end they had to remove that question because वो काफी बड़ी mistake थी, उसकी वजह से पूरा question का meaning चला गया था. So you will find many mistakes, but अभी like in 2024 mistakes were not there much in terms of spellings. थोड़ा सा framing में mistakes थी, but in 2025 also I don't remember any such mistakes, but again framing में दिक्कत थी, and the answer key also had some mistakes जो उन्होंने ठीक भी नहीं करा था. So you have to be prepared कि कभी कभी ऐसा होता है दो तीन questions में. Many questions can be done through common sense, yes, and कितने questions इतने direct थे that a class 12 student can also solve. So कुछ क्वेश्चंस ही ऐसे होंगे जिसके अंदर थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. दिस इज व्हाई इन 2024 द कट ऑफ्स वर मच मोर कंपेयर टू 2023. And this was the same pattern in 25 paper also, like the questions were not very difficult. How long does CENTIA take to revise an answer key, since that has implications for our marks? So the thing is they will release their answer की, फिर वो कुछ एक हफ्ते का टाइम देते हैं टू चैलेंज द क्वेश्चंस जो आपको गलत लग रहे हो, या मतलब बेसिकली ऐसा लग रहा हो जिसके अंदर उन्होंने सही मार्क नहीं किया. यू कैन अटैच योर एविडेंस, या मतलब बेसिकली एनी रिसोर्स जिसमें प्रॉपरली दिख रहा हो कि वाई द सेकेंड ऑप्शन जो आपने बताया वो वाई इज इट करेक्ट. सो दे गिव दैट पर्टिकुलर टाइम पीरियड एक दो हफ्ते का, एंड देन दे रिलीज द न्यू आंसर की, एंड दिस इज द फाइनल वन. उसके बाद ऐसा नहीं होता कि आप बार बार चैलेंज कर सकते हो, सिर्फ दो ही बार होता है कि फर्स्ट टाइम तो निकालेंगे, उसके बाद थोड़ा टाइम देंगे चैलेंज करने का, एंड सेकंड वुड बी द फाइनल वन, उसके बाद चेंजेस नहीं होते हैं. Will you be solving the 2025 paper like this? So 25 one, I think Vidhi is going to take maybe tomorrow, not tomorrow, uh, पर इसी वीक में होगा, दिसंबर में ही होगा. आई थिंक आफ्टर 2 days, whenever she is available, she will take the 25 पेपर एंड अपना ईयर का भी, the 23 पेपर also she will solve. इफ यू guys are interested, फिर हम 22 का 21 का वो सब इतना डिफिकल्ट है नहीं, बट अगर इंटरेस्टेड हो वी कैन डू फॉर दैट ऑल्सो. अदरवाइज उसके बाद अब वी कैन डू द इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक्स, या बेसिकली 10-20 important topics from the complete syllabus. ऐसे ऐसे करके we can just revise the syllabus also. So we'll see, मतलब आज भी like not many people were present. If in case people are interested, we can organize these sessions. So would it, एक second. So what would be the answer if the question, what would be the answers if the question is wrong? So they will either remove the question, they will either give marks to everybody, or they will do nothing about it and you just have to criticize their ways of working. Because ये last year हुआ था, like everybody, and वो matter इतना escalate हो गया था that they actually took help of a lawyer, और उन लोगों ने काफी, मतलब आगे तक हुआ था ये सब कुछ चीजें. So this is something that happens every year. You can't really think a year जिसके अंदर ये सब चीजें ना हुई हो. You can only focus on the things that are in your control. Yes, you have to choose the closest option only. This is the बेस्ट यू कैन डू. क्लोजेस्ट ऑप्शन चूज कर सकते हो या उसको छोड़ सकते हो. अब छोड़ दोगे तो मार्क्स वैसे नहीं मिलेंगे अगर बाई चांस उन्होंने उस चीज़ को गलत कंसिडर किया, क्वेश्चन को ही गलत कंसिडर किया. तो ये भी कुछ चीज़ें होती हैं कि जिन्होंने अटेम्प्ट किया है सिर्फ उनको ही मार्क्स मिलेंगे. तो अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स हैपन एवरी ईयर, कुछ ना कुछ नया हर साल मिलता है आपको. Will these sessions be posted on the portal as well? I want to revise them later. Yes, it will be there on the portal for the course students, जो full course students हैं या फिर MA clinical course student, जो भी courses है, you will find the sessions on portal. Otherwise, for the ones who have just attended the YouTube, who are the ones who are just attending the session here, आपको YouTube पे भी मिल जाएगा ये वाला. I just wanted to say that I did your CUD PG 25 course last year. Because of some health reasons, I couldn't take the college. Hence, giving this and date, I have not revised. Thank you, Meera. I think you were the one I was actually constantly seeing कि कौन कौन reply कर रहे हैं. So you were replying on each and every question. So that's actually great. So you're trying, you are planning to give the this 2026 paper again, or like what exactly are you planning right now? Okay, if in case you need any help या फिर आपके पास होगा पुराने ग्रुप का भी access, you can just mention your doubts there. Anything else? Any other questions anybody wants to ask? I know थोड़ा last में थोड़ा fast कर दिया. Otherwise, I had planned a lot of follow-up questions related to that particular portion also. But there is this limit, I think. This is a more general question. I'm starting my preparation very late and I'm struggling to catch up with around 40 plus lectures. I'm attending classes and taking notes, but how do I consolidate information? So you're talking about our course, or you're talking about like what are these 40 lectures? Okay, our master's preparation course. So for this, like you can just reach out to me. You can send me a WhatsApp message and I'll call you and guide you how you catch up with the previous lectures, because other people might have questions. So you can just you can connect with me on a one-on-one basis. Just send me a WhatsApp message right now and I'll call you. And other than that, if anybody has any questions related to today's session, any MCQ या फिर कोई observation मिली हो, एंड वी वर एक्चुअली ऑल्सो प्लानिंग कि हम हर एक पेपर का कुछ एनालिसिस करके भी वी कैन ऑल्सो पोस्ट फॉर यू, कि हर ईयर में कुछ ना कुछ सिमिलर पैटर्न्स दिख रहे हो, या फिर द ऑब्जर्वेशंस लाइक आई मेंशन दैट उन्होंने नेट से पूछा था एक क्वेश्चन इन 2023. So such observations that we have gathered from these PYQs, we'll share a session specifically on those analysis part, ना कि actual में question solve करना. So if you're interested, you can just let us know. We'll plan something related to that also, because it is really fun to interact with so many people. Essay. So we'll keep planning more sessions, and in January we'll also introduce some these all India mock test also we also organize. तो उसमें आपको अपनी परफॉर्मेंस विद द कंपैरिजन ऑफ डिफरेंट, मतलब बाकी जितने स्टूडेंट्स भी दे रहे हैं, बिकॉज अगेन अगर आपका स्कोर 240 आ रहा है, 230 आ रहा है, 280 आ रहा है, डजेंट मेक एनी सेंस जब तक आप उसको कंपेयर नहीं करो अपने पीयर्स के साथ, द नॉर्म रिलेटेड थिंग्स, राइट? अगर डिफिकल्ट इतना पेपर है जिसके अंदर सबका ही 250 से नीचे आ रहा है, सो दैट मीन्स 250 इज अ वेरी good score. So you can get to know about this with the comparison of your peers. And अगर पेपर बहुत easy है, सबका ही 280 290 आ रहा है, then that also gives you some information. So the best way to actually get to know the idea about your performance, your own preparation right now is to compare your scores with other people जो दे रहे हैं. And of course it will be free. तो like usually last year when we conducted this thing, more than 1,000 people gave the free mock test. So this will give you a large sample size और आपको आइडिया मिलेगा कि बाकी लोगों के कंपैरिजन में आपका कितना कैसे, लाइक व्हाट इज योर स्कोर. सो अगर ज़्यादा आ रहा है देन दैट इज़ अ मोटिवेशनल थिंग, कम आ रहा है तो दैट ऑल्सो गिव्स यू सम मोटिवेशन डायरेक्शन टू एक्चुअली स्टडी मोर. सो दिस इज समथिंग विच वी आर प्लानिंग टू डू इन द मंथ ऑफ जनवरी और फेब्रवरी. एंड ये जो हमारा पोर्टल पे ही मिल जाएगा एक्सेस. सो you can just stay connected in the WhatsApp groups and we'll keep sharing the details there. I don't see any other questions. If there is anything, you can let me know. Otherwise, we can end the session now. All right, I think there are no more questions. Anything that comes to your mind, या फिर ये lecture देख के भी, if in like after watching this class, if in case you have any questions, you can just type in the WhatsApp group and or in the comment section of the YouTube thing. If you can just write your feedback also in the comment section, that will be really helpful for us. Apart from this, I don't have anything else to say. The schedule of more sessions will be shared on the group itself. And yes, with this, I think we can end the session. Thank you everyone for joining, and I hope it was helpful.